and welcome to GameBreakers. My name is Allison, and I'm playing with Thomas, Sed, and David. This is our D&D 5th edition game set in the pirate-ruled seas of the Shackles. You've been exploring Riptide Cove at a breakneck pace in search of two of your shipmates, Sandara and Jeb. They were kidnapped by grindylows, creatures about 4 foot tall with large heads and numerous teeth, kind of look like a goblin top with a greasy octopus body below. And you had just entered a narrow tunnel, loudly searching when you came into this cavern that you find yourself in. Hundreds of remains float in this large bowl of water, which churns with bones, scraps of flesh, and the carcasses of strange, almost alien fish. Just visible through the roiling stew are humanoid bodies floating in the water, corpses drifting near the bottom of this cauldron like sleeping guardians. And hanging from above are your shipmates. They're tied to the ceiling above the waterline.
Cool.
How deep is the water?
Well, as you are approaching, it's hard to tell, but you do see that it seems to drop off to be pretty deep. So we'll start with initiative because they hear you and see you coming as you were loudly clanging down the tunnel.
Yep, my horn is on fire, by the way.
$20.
Nice.
18.
Man, I rolled a 17 and I thought I was doing all right.
Wait, you're the one with the bonus too.
I know. I mean, yeah. When you factor in the bonus, it's not quite as good of a roll.
I don't know what to do at the top of a round. I'm supposed to go with the.
You could delay.
Right. That's
delay to the comfort zone.
Not ready yet.
Right. I still got spells to look up. Delay.
You go first.
All right. So the whale goes first, and let's see here.
The whale.
Oh yes, the fat one.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is the whale is similar to the other grindylows you've seen, but it's enormously fat. It takes up this whole space that it's in, and it was being fed by this apparently female grindylow as you were entering, and it bellows and makes some movements, but it doesn't take any initial action that you can tell. Next is the grindylows. Oh, Gideon, what's your initiative? Actually, you're both on 20.
+3.
You go first. What do you do?
I think you can drag them around if you want. Sorry.
Besides bellowing, are they hostile? Clearly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one that's been feeding him.
Mm-hmm.
What's she look like?
She is about a foot taller than the other grindylows, though not nearly as big as the whale, and slightly darker in color, and has some tokens and other things around her neck, and she's seems like she's. Let's go ahead.
Are we thinking like queen or courtesan or slave?
Probably a queen.
Okay.
Brood mother.
What?
I think a brood mother with this kind of like weird creature. This is the only female we've seen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not that we stopped to check, but
she needs to make a wisdom save.
That's not promising.
What's the total?
The total is 9.
Yeah, that fails. From atop his broom, Gideon gestures and manifests out of energy. It looks like a marionette between his hands, and he looks like he's controlling it. And the grindylow on her head appears a crown of golden brambles with black thorns, and her eyes glow golden bright color, and she's now under Crown of Madness, and on her turn attacks the nearest enemy that I designate, and I'm telling her to hit the fatty.
Okay.
Seems pretty solid.
That was an excellent first round opener.
And control.
Yeah, on its turn, it attacks the target I designate.
Okay. And that is the whale. They're the biggest grindylow in the room.
The big one.
All right.
And that's my turn.
As a free action, Korrim will point upward emphatically to both of you.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, pointing at our friends?
No, just pointing at the roof. Like, we haven't fought together much.
Well, I'm out of. As I declared last session, I'm floating above the water. I'm out of.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as you're out of melee, that's what he's worried about. Is you
Out
two
of
getting
melee?
against him.
Yeah.
Yep.
We can pretty much assume I'm nowhere near melee at all times.
Right? Not if it can be helped.
If I have anything to say about it, I'm not in melee.
No.
So that was just a free action.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how much clearance we have where we're at.
Not much. It's like a 10-foot hole that a very narrow cavern in terms of some of the big creatures you've seen.
10-foot floor to ceiling or water to ceiling?
Floor to ceiling. There's pretty high water levels in this section.
Do I have room to hover and not bounce against the ceiling?
Not really. In this section, you would be scraping the ceiling and probably still brushing the water.
I'm guessing it widens as we go in.
Yes.
Then I would have moved up to where I have clearance to not be, only as far in as I need to move to have a clear space to stay out of the 5-foot square that a melee person could get to.
Okay. Did you want to? Can you move your token or?
Yeah. What? Yeah. I'm guessing just like past the mouth here.
Yeah. Yeah. It immediately kind of drops down and also opens up. It's like a bubble.
All right. My turn.
All right. Now the grindylows take their move. They don't yet realize their queen's been compromised. So they all move.
Not a lot of Arcana proficiency in the tribe.
Is Crown of Madness concentration?
Yes. This is what I'm doing until it's interrupted.
Cool.
We can still cast other spells, just not anything.
Right.
I got the special thing that lets me hold 2, but then I can't.
I forget that you can do other spells as long as they're not concentration.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just you can hold.
Concentration means only one concentration spell at a time.
Yep.
And Gideon, you do get some spears thrown at you.
Those bitches.
some good spear throwing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about all about that.
I'm not very durable. Again, with the not melee.
So 10, 8, 18, 6.
Those were the attacks.
Mm-hmm.
One of them hits.
All
Was it the
right.
six?
I have 2. Yeah, so 2 of them are saving their spears. There's other people to kill. That was minimum damage.
Aww.
So 3 damage total. That one, several spears fly up at you on your broom, and only one of them scrapes your arm, but doesn't do much. All right, so that is the Grindylow's turn. Korrim.
You said it was right about here, about 10 feet in front of me, that it starts to drop.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would assume this mouth design is a 360 concept.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
Yeah. So I'm gonna head to there and cast Healing Spirit right behind me.
Nice.
And because I think, Key, you took some hits, right? You're down some points. Okay, so yeah,
I am down a fair amount of hit points.
it'll be right in front of you. I'll put it here. So you immediately get a D6.
Cool. Did you want to roll that, or do you want me to roll it?
I'll roll it.
Cool.
2, and I don't think I add any modifier to that. I was hoping that was going to end up being cooler, but maybe not.
Well, it sticks around, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is it is a fixture. Oh, I didn't realize it. Is it all right if I cast that as a 3rd level spell?
If you have the slot for it, sure.
I do. It'd be my last 3rd level slot, which gives it an extra D6, so a total of 8.
Okay.
Yes. Use those resources.
Yes. I still got my tooth, so I might have a 3rd level spell if I, but right, I keep a pearl of power in my mouth. And then I will take. Let's see. That's an action. I have no bonus action, so that will be it. Unless you will let me pick up one of those skeletons and just try to like cover behind me, so when people eventually are brought behind, I can provide them with cover. Make myself the big target. But if that's not a bonus action, that's cool.
I would say it's difficult to find something that is big enough to provide cover. These are bones that have been gnawed on, and bits and pieces that have been, it's gross and it's not very big. It's lots of small pieces.
Yeah, maybe I could take an investigation action sometime later to find something big, but nothing right underfoot. Okay, then that's my turn. I move to there, raise the shield, get myself ready, and put the spirit behind.
Cool.
Okay. Key. What do they do?
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that little bit of a move. Does moving through it heal me more, or is it? I have to enter the range for the healing spirit.
I think if I have it right here.
Okay.
Or starts its turn there. So you started your turn in it, so you get another 6.
Cool. I think that almost puts me up to full. Yeah. Cool. I I guess I'll fly up as well, doing one of these numbers, and I'll try and shoot this grindylow with my short bow. Because surprise, I have a weapon that attacks from range. I just never use it. Saving it for this moment. As in 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, I'm looking. Yeah, that is actually an 18. Cool, that's 6 damage.
All right, 6 damage. It is looking hurt. And that was a short bow, so you catch it right in the shoulder. It doesn't.
Yep.
It doesn't. It doesn't miss that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Oh, all right, and the grindylow queen, who has been compelled to attack Fatty, as you have called the whale, grindylow. And was that your command, attack?
It's a melee attack to someone in range, and I've designated the begin.
Okay.
Also, the only
What?
target in range.
What I forgot to mention is the marionette looks exactly like her, and moves with her, so it looks like I'm actually puppeteering her to whack, whack, whack.
Nice. Also creepy.
Yeah, it just like everything that Gideon does just gets increasingly creepy.
I haven't even done the creepy stuff yet.
Well, she takes out her halberd and takes a swipe, and she, while being compelled to do this, looks horrified that she is indeed doing this.
With her crown of thorns and glowing eyes.
I'm
sorry!
Right, screaming.
Yeah, she can talk. I just decide who she attacks.
And she does appear to be saying something, but it's not in a language that you understand.
This isn't personal.
pretty sure it's that kind of a puppet.
But
They look
she
exactly
does.
like me.
But in her passion and fury, seems to get too excited and misses his fatty flesh.
It helps is so hard to find.
And can she make a save to get out of this? What's the
On her turn, she makes another wisdom save.
Okay, so she'll make a wisdom save.
That sounds familiar.
All right, does 19 work that?
Hang on, I'm double checking that. On the end of each of its turns, can make. Oh no, that's a different spell. Hang on, I can read. Wisdom. So end of. Yeah. What'd she roll?
Got a 19.
Yeah, that breaks it.
Woo. So she makes one impassioned, not willing strike it at him, and then snaps out of it.
Oh, and I didn't call down any chaos upon myself. I forgot.
Huzzah.
I keep forgetting to do that.
Right, let me bring up that table as a reminder to myself to make you do that.
I was just having to remember to do that with my sorcerer last night.
All right. So that is her turn, and back to the top. The whale is kind of confused. But it starts lurching this direction. It is now directly below your friends.
That's not where I want him to be.
Suboptimal.
Yeah.
And I know it's right 3D environment because we're in water and it's deep, but all the grindy lows and seem to be staying near the surface more than usual. And so that is the whale's turn, getting closer.
I don't like that.
It moves slow.
That's good.
All right, and then the grindy lows get to go. And so Key, you're in the air, and Gideon is also in the air. And Korrim, you are in the water.
Yep. I am where I can still stand. Like I'm before the drop off. So,
Okay.
bring it, tentacle monsters.
All right. Well, this guy is going to technically be under you,
Awesome.
under Gideon.
Oh. I thought they were
Yeah.
like digging underneath me. I'm like, great.
No,
I'm intentionally out of reach.
no, they're starting to mob you from this way. No, put that one back and. Oops. All right, two of them are going to throw spears at Key,
All right.
and that's
All right.
and they are wildly off when they aim. These are not distance fighters, clearly,
Yeah.
with these rolls. And then the rest attack Korrim.
I was expecting this.
And they seem hungry.
Well, I am made of meat.
You are made of meat.
Technically beef?
I wouldn't tell him that to his face.
No, that
You
wasn't
think?
in character. I'm actually, I'm IRL confused about that.
Sentient beef. So 22, 19, 8, and 8.
That would be 2 hits. 22 and 19. I got yeah.
Too many windows. Okay. Now I got it.
Many windows.
8 damage on the first and 3 on the other. Max and minimum damage, actually. Oh no, not max. Never mind. I rolled a 6, not an 8. But yeah, 8 and 3.
Oh god, my real hit points.
Oh no.
No one makes me bleed my own blood.
That was me you just hit.
All right, and that is the grindy lows. Oh, that one threw a spear. All right. This one got in there. All right, Gideon.
The big one hasn't done anything yet except advance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not in melee, right? They were throwing things at me.
Yeah.
Okay. First thing I do is leave. Not the room, just that kerfuffle.
Just,
Right.
I'm out. Just
Yeah.
peace.
Okay, thanks, bye.
I suddenly realized I could fly. Fuck everybody.
feel like every session is the realization of, we don't have to be here.
Yeah.
Right, when you choose to be there, whole different perspective.
Yeah. We are like the least bound to a ship group.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the most sincere bonds when you decide to be.
Right.
Yeah. The closest family is the one you choose.
Right? Definitely not stuck though. Like,
No. So I ran over there because there were too many people where I was.
Mhm.
Same though.
Yeah. Have we attacked? I was reading things. Did we attack any of them yet?
Yeah.
I hit one with
Like-
a short bow.
Besides the one I was mind controlling. Which one's been hit already?
I think the one that's currently underneath me, actually.
It's actually, let me mark it.
Oh, okay.
That one right there.
Oh, okay.
Next.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot that one. Eldritch Blast.
Oof.
26 to hit.
Yeah.
Certainly not a critical, you know. 2 damage, and it moves back 10 feet.
Well, that was apparently very close to death because as your Eldritch Blast hits its chest, it loses consciousness and gets pushed this direction.
I keep immolating people that way. Like, I'm just trying to help out, and then just everybody's flash paper.
I just want them to stop hurting me, and they just keep falling.
So
All
this
right.
gets hit with a blast of gold and black flame, and just erupts. Right, my Eldritch Blast, it looks like fire, except instead of red and orange, it's gold and black.
And being magic fire, would it be? I'm not sure if it would be put out as quickly as.
It's not fire. That's just how I'm describing the visual.
I see. Yeah.
It's Eldritch energy, but it looks flamey.
Nice.
right? Behaves like the flame.
Mm-hmm.
Dark.
Now resting next to the healing spirit that can do nothing for it because it's not on the right side.
Let that be a lesson.
I can make that. It's got 3 rounds before it's dead. Anytime the queen wants to make a truce.
All right. So, anything else, Gideon?
No. I'm gonna try to. If I can, I would go up. I'm trying to be as hard to hit as possible.
Okay. Kind of getting closer to the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want to be the least obvious target if possible, which I realize is harder to do when I'm killing them.
Well, you know.
Right. As long as there's a more obvious target, you should be.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm counting on. But yeah, I'm done.
Speaking of hate sponges, Korrim.
Yup, I'm not
Oh.
very likable. That's what it comes down to. In or out of combat, not very
all the
likable.
things you don't want to hear your wife say.
So, I am going to ready an action. I'm going to ready a spell, and I'm going to trigger it when Key gets clear of 15 feet.
Cool. I
and I'm
wonder
gonna
what it could
actually
be.
call out to Key. Clear out 15 feet.
Cool.
And just
Already-
gesture
Yep.
toward the.
Already the plan.
Yeah, I figured. I just didn't want
Yep.
to fire off.
For sure. Cool.
I don't want to be that spellcaster. I don't like to be there.
Yeah.
And that will, and then I wait. Wait. Do I have a bonus action? I need to. Can I intimidate as a bonus action? Can I just like generally call all the hate to me?
You want to intimidate? You said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taunt.
Go for it.
$13.
13.
You have a -2
Oh,
to
wait.
charisma?
It's only a -1. Sorry.
Okay.
Intimidate. Yeah.
I was like, damn. I knew you were not charismatic, but
All right.
Social skill I'd be good at, but no.
Is there any particular intimidation tactic you're using, or like just for descriptive purposes?
But my people get a lot of mileage out of a good bellow. I mean, flaming horns, trinkling with the bones of various bits and things.
You seem to have their attention.
You had my curiosity.
please go on. I understand bellows.
Thomas, after I don't want to interrupt after your turn. I need to point out that something else happened.
Okay, that's my turn. The rest is a held action.
When I killed that guy, you saw some black energy siphon out of the body and go into me, and my spear wound healed up.
Nice. Get that fiend
Don't
power.
know what that means. I mean, Thomas knows what that means. Korrim, like, oh, crazy magic. That's probably what it meant to be.
Cool. Alrighty. So, then it's my turn. Is that correct?
Believe so. Yes.
Cool. So I am zipping to above this guy, and
Boom.
then I don't know if that's when Korrim's thing triggers.
Yeah, then an explosion goes off behind you, but we can go ahead and do yours. I don't think it's going to involve any of the
Okay.
ones.
Yeah.
It's a 15-foot radius, so I'm not sure if it's going to catch that.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm
Now,
actually
1 year over is clear.
cool. Yeah, I'm actually dropping my bow and drawing my rapier and dagger as I fly over to this dude, and I'm gonna try. You said they're hanging out by the surface.
Yeah.
Cool. So this guy's all alone, so he gets sneak attack on him. So I attack not very convincingly, but I did get my other attack with my dagger. That's a 22 for 5
Nice.
damage. And since I hit, he can't make any attacks of opportunity against me, so I'm going to just fly straight up.
You get your sneak with your offhand.
No. Wait, oh, it's once per round, and that's only after you hit, so I actually do get it. Good call. It's not very often that I wasn't thinking about that. Okay. So it's 5 plus another 11 damage.
5 plus another 11. Yeah. That's a dead grindy low. That's a bleeding and
Grindy
hurt
lows.
grindy low.
Cool. Now we can resolve Korrim's thing.
Yes.
It's a thunder wave. You know, huge.
Those con
Like you do.
saves.
Come to me. Come to me. Now make a save.
Now go away.
Oh, no way. We're gonna play this game until you're tired. So yeah, Thunderwave is, I believe, a con save.
Mhm.
Yes,
And how many of them have to make it?
all of the remaining grindy lows are within my circle of death.
The little ones.
And all Ramanelli.
So 15, 12, 19, 12.
So the 15 and the 19 are going to take half of 13 and not be pushed. The other two take a full 13, and what's left of them is pushed 10 feet away from me.
What's left of them?
You guys just love pushing corpses around, don't you?
That's my shtick. I bring the mortuary with me everywhere I go.
All right, so you have devastated the grindylows in here.
They're not dead. They just feel really sad.
Well, you know, they haven't not stabilized yet, or haven't stabilized yet. So that was. Is there anything else on your turn, Key? We resolved Thomas's or Korrim's action.
I guess if that guy's dead, I'm actually gonna spend the rest of my movement. So that makes it 30. So I have another 20 feet. I'm gonna go right over there, and I'm gonna stay a healthy distance away from that Queen's halberd for now.
All right. All right, and that is the Queen's turn. I just have to look some. Queen gets a little closer and screams out in anger. You assume that's what it sounds like, and seems to cast a spell. And for Key, who can see it, and where Korrim is, a thick seaweed and other kind of underwater foliage start to grow in underneath you, and look at the grasping weeds and vines sprout from the bottom, and you recognize it as in a druid-like spell.
Do I?
Yes.
Like the way she cast it was the druid way?
And and it seems fairly familiar.
Okay.
Yeah.
It smells like druid magic.
Like fresh mulch.
That means we might have found a common language.
So we shouldn't kill her?
I don't know.
Because that was my whole plan.
I mean,
Yeah. Getting her on the same page.
The white flag yet. it just like if she can cast druid spells, maybe she can speak druidic.
Yep.
We'll see on my turn. Entangle. Ha! I wasn't going anywhere anyway.
I like to think that we just had that entire conversation about whether or not she can speak druidic, like from across the cavern.
Should I not kill her then?
Because that was kind of the whole idea.
As the tip of my broom just starts to glow, like the Death Star charging up. Like, yes or no?
And can you make a strength check, Thomas, as the seaweed attempts to entangle you?
And you're hitting me and like, oh well. Not very unlikely that I have any sort of stat that's going to get me out of a 4. Yeah, no, strength, not a proficient save. That gives me a big fat 8, even with my special gloves.
Yep, that's not enough. So you are restrained by the seaweed and are struggling against it. And that is the queen's turn.
All hail.
All right, and then the whale back on the top of the round. So there's you two flying around, and
a big angry cow at the entrance of the.
Yeah.
A cow in the bushes.
Getting a nice kelp wrap. Good for the skin. Makes my pelt shiny.
You're just over there making sushi.
Yeah, there's been a lot of death over here. This needs to stop. So the whale approaches and kind of ends up pushing these other ones aside. And as it gets to where you are, Thomas, you can tell, or Korrim, you can tell that it can't fit through this cavern anymore. Or if it ends.
Haha.
It is approaching and opens its big unhinged jaw and attempts.
You sad fat fuck. And then I put my shield up.
Yep, and I rolled pretty poorly.
Oh, good. Because as I may have mentioned, these are my hit points we're talking about. This is these are the real ones. I'm worried about these.
Does let's see, 9 hit? I'm guessing not.
I hate to be that guy, but he does have advantage because I'm restrained.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I
That's what your
appreciate
good
your honesty.
sportsmanship gets you.
Maybe not.
Well, I would have felt like I wouldn't have felt like I got it honestly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this fat monstrosity opens its big maw and swallows you.
Yes.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Flaming horns and all. That cannot go down well.
Yeah, I'm on fire.
Ugh, I've heard about heartburn, but
Right.
this is ridiculous.
Bring it.
You know when the last time he got a hot meal?
Oh, that's cool. I deserve this.
That's what
I
you're
earned.
thinking as you're going down.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
deserve
yeah.
it. At least you're not in the seaweed anymore.
Right.
She really was just wrapping me up so he'd get some veggies. What a mom.
Well, now I feel like even if the queen is a problem, she's less of a problem than the thing that just ate our friend.
Well, let's see what kind of damage that did. And no damage, just the swallow?
It's just when you had I don't think the bite does damage. I wasn't clear on that. What's that?
Awesome. Not arguing. Shouldn't have reminded you in the first place.
No, I was looking at the damage. So the bite will do damage, but I don't. Yeah.
Well.
But it doesn't have the terrible acid damage of the
giant toad.
Of the giant toad. That was what I was looking at. So I was comparing it because this is a Pathfinder thing that I'm sort of I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. So it does get you on the bite. It has lots of sharp teeth. many rows of sharp teeth on the way in. You take 7 damage.
Okay. I'm laughing on the way in. Then it gets muffled. I still have a thunder wave.
That's gonna
Hey.
be gross.
All right, Gideon.
So he wasn't swallowed?
Oh,
He
yeah,
was
wait.
swallowed.
He
He
was-
took bite damage.
Oh, I'm in it. You can hear me laughing from the inside, though.
Okay. Sure. I cast another Chaos Bolt, which is that leaping energy ball thing that I did a while back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
21 to hit the big one.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. That's 13 force damage, but the 2d8s were the same number, so I get to attack somebody else.
Bounces
Alright.
over.
Mm-hmm.
I
So he
love
takes-
Chaos Bolt.
He takes 13 force damage,
Ouch.
and which of his friends looks more hurt? Of these guys?
They were both about equally impacted by the thunder wave that Korrim caused.
I'll go for the one near me. Uh, 19 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
14. Hang on, it's always different. Fire damage
14 fire damage
to the little one south of him.
on the south side. Yep,
Mhm.
it is briefly on fire, it collapses, and then is put out by the water that it sinks down into as it begins to shuffle off this mortal coil.
So a blast of force energy flies from my hands, hits the big one, turns into fire, and leaps and hits the guy next to him.
Wow. Yeah. It does not know what happened at
No.
all.
And I did not cause chaos to happen. One of these days, though,
It'll happen sometime.
kill everyone.
Just make the sun implode.
Mhm.
Anything else, Gideon?
And that's it for me.
Oh, the lone grindylow that's left.
Feeling like the luckiest guy in the world. Surrounded by literally the corpses of his friends.
Yep.
It's gone.
My mom.
So it gets about that far.
Coward!
I am concerned about the prospect of dudes leaving and bringing more dudes.
Not that concerned. Maybe.
Korrim.
Either way, there's not a damn thing I can do about it from inside this thing.
Oh.
So, as was mentioned before, I have a thunder wave still. So from inside, you're going to hear him scream, "Is everybody clear? I'm a first cleared fleet." And then boom. I don't know how you're gonna what's gonna go on with the save when I'm inside. That's totally up to you. But it is a constant save. And I believe I have the option to cast this at a 2nd level spell. I'm looking that up now. And that will be what is happening.
Ears are going to be ringing when you get out of there.
Yeah.
When I did this exact same thing in another game, and this is just a suggestion, what my DM did was, for every 5-foot square that it occupied around me, it took damage.
Okay.
Well, that's disgusting. Ah, crap.
Oh, wow.
Basically, not quite minimum damage, tragically. I was hoping that was going to be cooler. So,
And it needs to make a Constitution save?
yeah. So it takes the full 5 and then is pushed 10 feet away from me. I don't know what that means. I will let you call that, Madam GM.
It's like a cartoon, like when like the Looney Tunes character like eats the dynamite. And
He somehow gets fatter.
Yeah. Yeah.
You wanted a DM. This is what you get.
Right? I'm going to say roll a d6 for more damage, like you're essentially like pushing him outward from the inside.
D6 esophagus damage.
Yeah. Got 3.
Yep.
That as you kind of blow off your knot bomb inside its stomach, it moves some ribs, punctures organs, and stops breathing.
But doesn't vomit me out.
No.
Okay, so as a bonus action, I'm gonna reach up, just, oh god, and just to get his jump like a skirt that's too tight, just try to go out sideways for the horns. That's
Every time I see a cough up a book, it's disgusting.
That it's not too late. They're not dead yet. You surrender. You give us our crew tribute for a year, and this fat bastard as crewman for 1 year. Your tribe lives. That's my turn.
What language do you say that in?
Druidic. That's my gamble. Like, I started to cast a druid spell. Maybe she learned the language.
Okay.
If not, it's still halfway inside the corpse of her son, so not much I can do there.
Sun, king, something.
Right,
right.
yes.
Maybe both.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna start off by flying up to our friends. To see, are they conscious? Are they?
Sandara is conscious, though weak. Jeb is like missing the lower half of one of his arms, and is unconscious, but is still seemingly alive.
Okay.
He's clearly been chewed on. Both of them have, but Jeb primarily.
Just so you know, I made the concentration check. The healing spirit still up.
Cool. I'm not terribly strong. I probably couldn't carry 2 people. But I guess I'll ask Sandara, like, if I cut you down, do you think you'll be able to get you and Jeb over to the entrance of the cave?
Wait,
She shakes her head. I'm too weak. I might be able to get myself there.
All right, then hold tight. We're gonna get this sorted, and then we'll get you free.
Thank you.
All right. So that was some of my movement. I don't know how much of that.
Thank God you're here.
I don't know if that was a small enough amount of talking to be a free action, or if that was my bonus.
Did you have a bonus action?
Well, my bonus action usually just affords me more mobility.
That was a little bit more talking, so I'd say yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Mostly because there's like an exchange and all that. Do I want to be within melee range of her? You know what? Fuck it. I could do it. I'm gonna go ahead and fly up to her, and I guess I'll let her maintain eye contact with Korrim because he seems to know what's going on with her. But I have my weapons at the ready. If she starts to do any crazy magic-y shit, I'm readying that attack.
Okay. That might be what she's thinking about doing.
I imagine Druidic sounds like a lot of snarls and snaps and tweets and bark rubbing together.
It sounds like walking through the woods.
Yeah.
You just like open your mouth and it's just like an ambient forest walk CD.
All right, so
you should see the written version.
The grindylow queen is as you had killed the whale and erupted from his mouth. She screams in anguish and becomes enraged. Not in the technical sense of the term, but she's mad.
Right.
Not barbarian enraged.
And she looks at Korrim, you have emerged from.
I don't know. It's your call. I figure maybe halfway. I don't know how much a bonus action.
It only takes like 5 feet of movement to get out, so it's like essentially move action.
Well, in that case, if it's all right, could I have taken another 5 feet so I'm in my healing spirit?
Sure. Yeah.
I didn't think I had to move left, so thanks.
It is. You do have to go through the entangled bit though to get to your healing spirit.
It's only 5 feet out of him to get there, right? He takes up to here. I don't know where I'm. So it's.
Yeah. No, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's that works.
It would get you back where you were.
Yeah.
Put this underneath here. All right. So in that case, she makes a beeline for you.
Attack of opportunity?
Yes.
That's a 23 to hit and 17 damage.
17 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Don't walk away from me.
I was talking to you.
Did I say you could leave?
All right, so she takes. What are you attacking her with?
My rapier.
Your rapier. You get a good slice on her. She keeps running.
Committed. I can admire that.
Yeah, her eyes are narrowed on the slayer of the whale.
Cool. And we'll make her easier to kill.
Right, and then as she begins casting a spell, the overgrown seaweed. Oh, that's not what I have to do. Overgrown seaweed disappears, and a flaming sphere appears above you or on you. Korrim.
Awesome. I also deserve this.
All right, so you need to make a dex save.
Yeah, about that. 13. No bonus.
The DC is 13, so that would make it.
I made it.
You made it, yes.
Gotta hit the DC.
So you take half damage.
Oh, good. Third favorite kind of damage.
After no damage?
And then damage to them.
Mm-hmm. That is ideal. So 5 damage from the flaming sphere. Does she have anything else she can do? She's so mad.
She could cast a bonus action cantrip. I don't know if she has any. And I'm not helping you anymore.
That's probably wise. All right, so that is her turn. And the whale is out. So Gideon.
Sorry, I'm thinking.
I'm okay, guys.
Right. She's like we've seen her be a caster so far.
Yeah, she did hit. When you told her to do a melee attack, she did use her halberd, but she's been since then doing casting.
When it's her decision, she's been a caster. I'm gonna fly up to our friends. And while I'm up there, I'm gonna shoot at her. But I'm mostly positioning myself to be a transport vehicle when we can free them.
Cool.
But in the meantime, another blast of weird energy. 14 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
3 damage and moves away from me 10 feet.
Let's see. You are right there, so she moves on the top of the whale's corpse. Hooray! How horrifying for her.
I shove her onto his body.
This clearly is upsetting for her.
This didn't have to happen.
All right, and before we get to Korrim, a couple more grindylows from your loud shenanigans in the hallway. The hallways before come to check out what y'all are doing. And the one that had run away has now been shamed into coming back. Oh yeah, I was just coming to get you. So that one is also returned.
Okay. Where is the flaming sphere?
It is right on top of you. Let me make a little icon for that.
Because that's not friend or foe. That's everybody.
It's everybody. All right.
So these ones aren't my fault.
Officially, these ones not on my count.
Not taking responsibility.
All right, and so if it's any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dex save or take the damage. Okay, noted. Look at that pretty sphere. And can they walk it through your healing spirit ward?
Is the healing spirit still there?
Okay.
Oh, the spirit is still there. I'm sorry. I thought you were asking if they could move through.
Yeah, I didn't. I hadn't intended to delete it. Not quite sure.
Oh,
there.
that was my doing. I thought that you said that it disappeared.
No, they can't move.
Yeah.
No,
I
wasn't that.
just drew the square, so I had control over deleting it.
Ooh, one of them got a nat 20.
No,
And the other one.
it's
All right. So does, let's see, does 14 hit your AC?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So for the crit, that was 13 damage. And then the other one does 7.
Ouch.
And you
Okay.
still have the flaming sphere in your square.
Yep. Sure do. But that's at the end of my turn. Oh, for me. But for them.
Yeah.
Suck it,
Yep.
Blue.
they might just get killed by their own flaming spear with how
Yeah,
little hit points
Not
they
my
have.
fault. These ones, not my fault.
All right, and then the one that that has already been injured is hanging back, kind of stuck behind the healing spirit. And
Sorry,
Korrim,
guys, I can't make it through. Sorry. Oops.
let me.
E-
Yeah. So that then because they've stopped, they make a deck save. Oh, and natural 1. What is this? What is this pretty? Oh God! And they both just perish. They both come in full of confidence. Now this one is really convinced it shouldn't hang out. Okay, Korrim, what do you do?
Give a wink back there to the smart one. Like, yeah, keep back. Like holding the flaming sphere back with my shield. I don't know if this is a bonus action or an action. You tell me. I grab the corpse of the whale and pull it to my square, and then put my corpse right on the jugular. Look at her and point to the healing spirit and say, "You surrender, he heals. Move again, I end it." Druidic.
Also, you started your turn, right?
An action to coup de grace the whale.
Thomas, you started your turn in the healing spirit, right? So you get to heal
I
yourself.
did. I got 8 hit points back.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. So the Fae is like petting my wounds and they're closing up a little bit. She's demonstrating what I have
Right.
to offer.
Right.
I don't know if I have any other action past that, but that's like if I do, I'm readying it to coup de grace the whale.
And since the whale doesn't actually fit through this passageway, you're like pulling it forward to where you are, and it's like sealing the passageway a little bit, you know. And
Cool.
and you say this to her, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of understanding on her face of your words.
Does she realize? Does she understand the gestures? Am I getting? I don't know. Ultimately, it comes down to I can survive another round of this bullshit.
Could you make a persuasion or intimidation check? I don't know if you have bonuses for either of those.
I have the same negatives for both, and it is a total of 15 for either one. Yeah, no, I don't have any social strong suits. Not that guy.
I'm gonna give her a roll too. Oh, she rolled well. As you make the gestures, like a little bit of understanding seems to come across her face, and she looks at the whale. What did you say? It cut out a little.
I just poke it a little bit. And I'll give her the eye.
The bullseye.
I hadn't gone there, but thanks. That was I'd have gotten it eventually.
Well, hopefully not.
She lowers, lowers her. She doesn't have her weapon out necessarily, like pointed at you, but she lowers her weapons and waits.
I'm gonna make a fanning motion to the flaming sphere.
Oh, getting rid of the flaming sphere.
Yeah, first.
Oh yeah, it's that little thing. I think she can move it.
Yeah, or she can dispel it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, she moves it.
Oh, rolls it onto the other, the one that was running away.
Yeah, so we're out of combat, and since Thomas made that successful save, yeah, that one has gotten the heck out of dodge, and the flaming sphere goes back about 15 feet down the corridor.
Then I will designate the grindylows as allies for the healing spirit. And all of them around her plus the whale get 8 hit points, which is probably full for a grindylow. That's no, keep my end of the bargain. Not all of them are healed up, but the whale got 8 back.
Yep.
And I can call them not allies as any time I like. So
I'm untying our friends.
All right. And as a free action of the group, I think we have a truce. I think.
All right. Cool.
I'm untying our friends and putting them on the broom.
Yeah, I am assisting.
What? Remind me what they are, like race-wise.
The grindylows?
No, our
Sandara is a human, I think, or a half-elf.
I'm trying to figure out my carrying capacity here.
Yeah, they're both humans.
Okay.
Oh, halflings.
So under 200 each.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm fine. Cool. Well, under 150 each. I forgot I weigh something too.
Right. Not under 150 each.
I can help transport.
I could also just land and then send it after them.
Yeah.
And as you're untying them, Sandara is like, oh my God! I prayed for to Besmara that you would come and rescue us. They kidnapped us during that first night and brought us here. Poor Jeb. They've been eating on Jeb.
I retrieved the symbol of Vismar that we looted off of one of the grindylows from earlier. I'm like, well, we made it, and hand it back to her. Presumably, it's hers.
Oh, thank you. And she seems to do a quick prayer.
So
I can just lower them one at a time. That'll work.
The whale is presently blocking the way out. No.
Yeah, as they're sort of they're coming to, they start to get vicious, and then the queen barks at them in a language that's bubbly and clicky and not quite understandable, and they seem very confused, but they back off.
All right.
And yeah, if she brings others of them to get a touch from the spirit, that's fine. We should probably get I'll gesture over to get the crew to the spirit healer.
Spirit. Yeah, for sure.
I figured that's where I was dropping them off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the queen conversational now? Has she figured out a language, or are we still at like grunts and gestures?
Still grunts and gestures. She sends a kind of imperfect druidic message to you with one of her cantrips. That's mostly hunger and want.
Well, then I will send her back anger, vengeance, and destruction as evidence. And basically, I'm just guarding until like Jeb's conscious and everybody feels good and like
Yeah.
stick with the spirit. Everybody cool, everybody good. I am out of spells and I'm getting hit points back, but I was at like 4.
If I see you actively intimidating, I can back you up.
I will send her the equivalent of 4 seasons in Druidic, 1 year, and then we will return for tribute.
You're not certain if that translates, but they don't stop you from leaving.
I'm sure they wouldn't.
Right, in 1 year, the storm comes again. I'll just be like the rear guard as everybody's leaving. Once I'm healed up, I am tapped. I have 1 level 1 spell and cantrips left. So
do you only get 1 wild shape per day?
I used 2. I had the first frog earlier, and then I turned back and then went into a frog, and that's all I got. Or,
right. Okay. Octopus.
Yeah. Frog, octopus. That's what I used.
Okay.
What are they doing as we try to leave?
They're kind of talking a little bit amongst themselves and staring at the queen because they clearly want to eat you.
Yep.
They're kind of like snapping their jaws as you walk by, but they're not engaging.
Can I give them a creepy glare on our way out?
Oh yeah.
I was gonna like kind of like fake out one of them like on the way out.
Right.
See if I can make it wince.
And make an intimidation check. See if you can do it.
Hey, I'm okay at that. I don't think I'm proficient at it, but I am okay at it anyway.
I got a 26 on intimidation.
Jesus.
Your glare is just penetrating.
And I got a 13.
I'm a
backing up
wary now of Gideon. I'm like, jeez, dude. Down a notch.
Turn it down. Turn it down. All right. Yeah. So I leave, I guess. I'm not really sure if we're gonna get anything from these guys, but
yeah, I mean,
we got our friends. That's what we came here for.
Well, if you'd like to do a search check, you're welcome to it. There's a lot of gross stuff floating about, but there may be some other things as well.
You know, I'm not gonna push my luck. I feel like scaring them into giving us our crewmates back was good enough. If we're just like, all right, and then we start like rifling around just around them, just being like, all right, now what you got?
Yeah.
It's less impactful if we don't just leave.
Right. Also, if they decide, you know what, actually fuck these guys, then we lose our whole bluff of we're not totally tapped. And by we, I mean our druid.
I could still kill several.
Yeah, me too. But there are a couple more than several.
Yeah. I think we'd be okay. The fat one can't get out.
Right.
So all the little ones are just, we'll get there.
Yep.
They call it the grindylow.
All right, so you have your shipmates in tow, and you managed to stabilize Jeb, and he's lost a lot of blood, but man is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to get some cool pirate appendage.
Right. Yeah, I try to lift his spirits by telling him about the fantastic hook we're gonna get in, or peg leg, whatever he's missing. I know a guy.
It'll be great.
You'll
never have to draw a sword again. It'll just be there.
Thomas, the guy you know, is it a gnome on a crab?
Is now.
Do I see any good, thick, big leg bones?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna grab it. Is he missing anything that's gonna need replaced? Like, I imagine he. Yeah.
Yeah, he's missing like half the lower half of his right arm.
Okay.
So like elbow down.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like
I
a sword on
pick
that.
up a big, thick bone and like, we'll make it out of this. It'll be great. Like a souvenir. My horns are still on fire, by the way.
He's just like, can we leave, please?
Oh, we're heading out. Yeah.
They're both mobile, right?
Jeb not as much, but Sandara, especially after the healing spirit, yes.
Cool.
I can give him a ride.
All right. On our way out, we didn't really take care of those pests. We just kind of avoided them. Are they going to be an issue on the way back out?
Probably.
I forget what they're called.
The big mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Oh, the yeah. I mean, those will still be there, but you know what they're gonna do now. You can make some stealth checks if you'd like to. That's about with the Queen's order that the grindylows don't bother you on the way out.
Right.
The ones that you managed to not. Well, yeah, because you also healed them on the way through too.
Right, stabilized.
Yeah, stabilized.
Yeah.
Didn't heal them. Yep.
No hit points, but
There are no-
I've got one trick I can try to distract them and draw them to one end while we zip around that corner for the mosquitoes.
Yep. It should be fine.
Oh.
I'm not super worried.
Druid craft the scent of fresh blood into that little alcove we spotted them in, and we keep them in a little tizzy right there while we book it.
Okay, that works. They are distracted and by that, and y'all make it through, and you can see the sky from here. So you could. I realize y'all are airborne. You could fly up if you want from this point instead of going through that last little tunnel. So minor difference, but
Well, not all of us are airborne, actually.
that's true.
Only 2 of us are now.
Yeah, I can. Well, yeah. Key, are you able to carry either of these folks?
I could probably carry a person.
Okay, so you two can get them out, and then I can I'll swim and come around. I don't have the flies.
Yep. I mean, we could also all just head out the same way. I mean,
well, me climbing up that shaft, I'm never gonna. The mosquitoes are gonna get me. So
okay.
I'll meet you around up top.
All right.
Come down, climbing.
Yeah.
And Thomas, and just briefly, as you're swimming out, and the others leave through the hole in the cove, you come across some ship ruins. And it doesn't seem to be much left, but that's something that you, as you're swimming around the long way, that you find. And if you could give me just a perception check.
Oh.
It's still an 8.
Still an 8, right?
Okay.
Never mind, you don't see a ship.
Oh, this is great.
Mirage. No, you. It doesn't look like it was a pirate ship. It looks more like. Yeah, it's hard to tell, but it doesn't look like it was a pirate ship or a battleship.
Okay.
That's what's up with that.
I'll just check some landmarks to get my bearings, maybe a survival check or something, just so that I can make a. Oh wait, I'm a Minotaur. I will be able to find it.
Yes.
I forgot for a second that I don't get lost and I remember all my paths. So
That is pretty nice.
yeah. At sea, Minotaurs for the win. So I will remember it. Can I see, like, from where this is? Can I see my flyers at this point?
We're probably
Here.
looking out from above for him too.
Yeah, and my horns are
Mhm. And your horns are what, sir?
still on. I don't know. That might be like 10 minutes that lasts, but
Isn't it a
otherwise my horns
cantrip?
are on fire. It is a cantrip.
So as soon as it expires, you can just light him again.
That's also true. Yeah.
Like,
Oh, make sure you guys can see me. That's
Well, you successfully exit Riptide Cove with your compatriots in tow. Good job.
we did it. We made it. Cool.
Do you all head to the ship directly?
I think that would there was some other stuff, but I think that we have some injured crew members that could probably stand to be taken care of.
yeah.
Gideon, did you want to have Pickle give us a status update on how things are going on the ship right now?
If you want, yeah, okay. I land. Say keep a lookout, and blink, and when I open my eyes, they've gone from blue to black, and now I'm seeing through Pickle, who's just been doing a sentry run.
And you want to know like what's up with the ship right now?
I've had him on guard duty, so he's just like he'll stay at a perch, do a round, and he's just being lookout. So if anything happened, he could notify me.
Yeah. Or if there's like if we see any like other
Even when I'm
island
not looking
locals.
through him, we have a telepathic bond, so he'd be able to alert me if something had happened.
Right.
Okay. As you're given the telepathic bond, as you're exiting Riptide Cove, you would have gotten a kind of a ping from what is your minion's name?
Pickle.
Pickle. Thank you. You would have gotten a ping from
P
Pickle.
apostrophe KLE.
And it can, if it sees something, it can describe it to you, right? It has that kind of intelligence.
It has that intelligence. There's not enough canon about how familiars work. There's a telepathic bond. I think it's up for the DM to decide how much of one. But
I gotcha.
He is intelligent, and as long as we're on the same plane, and I have one of my evocations is Chainmaster, so like we have a stronger bond. As long as we're on the same plane, we can completely communicate.
Okay. Well, you hear from Pickle that a creature had approached the ship, and it looked like Pickle would probably know, I guess, a dolphin.
Yeah, you know what a dolphin is.
Yeah, and then as the dolphin approached the ship, it jumps up and it turns into a person. And
lands on the ship.
Yeah, and Pickle, and I suppose Pickle would recognize that this is Captain North.
Oh.
And I get this message as we exit the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you just see Gideon like stop, like he's remembering something, and I turn to the two of you and go, "The captain's back. Captain North is on the ship."
Well,
good.
And then I just grip the broom, waiting for the cue to head over there.
Yeah. Let's go. Korrim, it'll probably take you a sec to get there since you can't fly. Do we want to
Yeah,
travel as a group in case we
so-
run into anything else on this island, or?
Nah, I'll take a swim. Stick to the beach, stick to the coast.
Okay.
If
I'll-
if I die, it's the circle of life.
I'll go drop off. I assume that I'm carrying Sandara because I think that Jeb is slumped over the broom. So I can also pop over there and we can come back and meet you part way too. We'll be able to see you easy enough if you stick to the coast.
Yeah, you might have some explaining to do for a while. Don't hurry on my account.
Okay. All right.
Did my message include North doing anything or just landing on the boat?
He began. Several crewmates were surprised by this, and they begin talking. And Pickle isn't close enough at like right as that happens to hear what they're saying, but that's. And he's looking and starts and they take him to where Mr. Plug and Scourge's bodies are.
Cool.
That's what immediately happens.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Let's have a pop
And-
over.
And as you guys approach the ship, do y'all want to take like a couple minutes break? How y'all feeling?
Hey, quick bio.
A quick break would be fine.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Okay, so yeah, we'll take a break. Like if you like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and yeah, we'll be back. Thanks.
Hit up our Patreon.